Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Riley, and I'm going to do a quick comparison video for you guys this week. I hope you've checked out my recent videos where I filmed me shooting the HK USP Tactical Suppressed. I think that was last week, and the week before I filmed a video of my 2017 EDC, just showing kind of an update of what I carry for my EDC. In this video, these are two of my own personal pistols. Some of the guns I shoot on this channel aren't my guns. I either borrow them from friends or they're from the shooting range or something like that, or someone hooks me up with them just to kind of talk about them. But these are my two own personal pistols, and I receive a lot of questions about them regarding the similarities between them and just kind of which one's a better bargain. So I'm just going to talk about both of these guns, the pros and cons of each one, and which one I think is worth the money in the long run. Okay, so first of all, safety check. SCCY CPX-2. It is clear. Kel-Tec PF-9 is clear. I know we always have to do those safety checks on YouTube, or else people will freak out, and there's nothing in the magazines. Okay, so a lot of people talk about these two guns because a lot of people say the SCCY CPX-2 is nothing but a copy of the Kel-Tec PF-9 or P11, and they're just saying that basically SCCY ripped off Kel-Tec. Whether or not that might be the case, I don't know, but I do know these guns are similar, but there's enough differences. I mean, that's why I bought, these two guns. So, first of all, let's compare these guns and just talk about price. I got this gun, the Kel-Tec PF-9, for $255 out the door, which is a pretty good deal. I got the SCCY CPX-2 for $200 out the door. So, $55 difference between the two guns. That's not that big of a deal. Now, let's talk about how they feel in the hand, because honestly, hold on, I'm using one hand to film and the other hand to do this. So, the SCCY CPX-2 is a little bit bigger. It weighs, let me check here. The SCCY CPX-2 weighs 15 ounces unloaded, whereas the Kel-Tec PF-9 weighs 12.7 ounces unloaded. So this is a bigger, heavier gun, but it's still used for concealed carry. It's thicker, it's heavier. It does have an extension on the pinky, so you can actually fit your whole hand on the pistol. So in that regards, it is, in my opinion, it feels nicer in the hand. It feels almost like you're shooting a full-sized gun. So in that regards, I do like the SCCY a little bit better. Although, even though that is the case, it may not make it better for concealed carry because it's a bigger pistol. I mean, every ounce, every inch counts when it comes to concealed carry, because you don't want to be carrying a big bulky pistol around. The Kel-Tec PF-9 it feels good in the hand as well, but obviously the pinky, I mean, I'm sure I can get an extension on here, but the pinky just hangs off, so you're kind of just holding it with the two fingers. But it still feels good in the hand. It's obviously a lot lighter, and it's a lot slimmer than the CPX-2, but not that big of a deal, right? But all in all, which one feels better in the hand? I say the SCCY CPX-2, but it's heavier and it's bulkier, so that's the cons of it. So this one feels better, but it's also a lot heavier and bulkier. This one's easier to conceal. Okay. So number two, let's go ahead and talk about the trigger. So the trigger, this is the trigger on the SCCY CPX-2. got a very interesting trigger. Let me look it up here. I think it's got a 9-pound double action trigger. So the CPX-2 has a 9-pound double action trigger. It's kind of like a revolver trigger. And again, these guns have no real safeties, so the triggers themselves are the safeties. Like, there's no way you're accidentally going to be like, whoa. You know, it takes a lot of pressure to pull that trigger. It's a pretty heavy trigger. And now when we go over here to the Kel-Tec PF-9, this has a 5-pound trigger. And it's I don't know how to describe it. This trigger is a lot lighter, in my opinion, obviously because it's 5 pounds, but this one almost feels better to me. So the SCCY CPX-2 trigger is way heavier, but I almost like the pull better than the Kel-Tec. For some reason, the trigger on the Kel-Tec PF-9 is not my favorite, and I don't know why. Even though this is a really long trigger pull, it's for some reason I feel like it's smoother than the PF-9. But not like the PF-9 trigger pull is bad, but I would go with this trigger over that one. Okay? So, after we've talked about that, now let's just talk about the looks, because, I mean, for some people, the looks of a gun are a big deal. To me, not really, but just how does the gun look? So, let's start with the SCCY. Not a bad looking gun. Nice angles and everything. And these are interesting, the spots where you place your fingers. Feels good. But honestly, I would have to give it the looks to the PF-9. I think overall, the PF-9 looks better. Some people may not like the colorway I chose. It's like a dark gray ash with a black slide. Some people like the black on black better, or they make this in a lot of colors. But I just like that color. But all in all, I would give the looks more to the PF-9 than the CPX-2. It's just got, I don't know, I just kind of don't like how this is fat here and then goes skinny here. This is very well proportioned. That's why I give the looks to the PF-9. So far, this gun feels better in the hand. Better trigger in my opinion, but this gun looks better. That's all I've said so far. But this gun is more easily concealable because it's lighter and slimmer. So I'm going to talk on a few more points here. The SCCY CPX-2 has no rail system, so you can't put a light on there. But the Kel-Tec PF-9 does have you see, you can mount like a little light or whatever you want laser on there. So that's going to be another point for the Kel-Tec. This has a rail system, this one does not. Now I'm going to talk about, let's see here, magazines. So this gun's $200 out the door. It comes with 2 magazines. And as you can tell, these are 12-round magazines, if I'm not mistaken. And let's see here. Yeah, and these are 7-round magazines. So let's see. Sorry, I made a mistake. These come with their standard 10-round magazines, and these come with 7-round magazines. Okay, when you buy the gun, this comes with 2 10-round magazines. And then this comes with 1 7-round magazines. And the magazine runs around $25 for the PF-9. So you're looking at $255 plus $25 for an extra magazine. So I'm going to give another point to the SCCY CPX-2 because it comes with 2 magazines. And if you install the finger extension base, you can get an additional 2 I'm pretty sure you can get an additional 2 rounds with the extension. And I'm sure you can get extensions for the PF-9 as well. But just know that the PF-9 comes with 1 magazine. So far, the SCCY CPX-2 is winning. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that this is my concealed carry weapon, the PF-9. So I still have a couple more things to go over. So let me see here. Just shooting the gun at the range, both of these guns I've shot over, I would say the PF-9, I'm around 300 rounds into that I've shot through this gun, and I've shot around 500 or 600 through the CPX-2. One thing I've noticed is this gun, the CPX-2, is a lot funner, which is not a word, more fun to shoot. Simply because it's easier to hold on to. It's a bigger pistol and it has a little less recoil. So I'm going to go for range time, a range pistol. The CPX-2 wins again, just because it's funner to shoot. But the Kel-Tec PF-9, it's not terrible to shoot, but your hand will start hurting after 200 rounds or so. So if you just take that into account, if you get the PF-9 as your concealed carry, just know that it's not the most comfortable gun to shoot. It's not bad, but it's not comfortable. And I reviewed both of these guns individually, so I'll have the links to those videos in the description. So let's see here. Other than that, let me just talk about a couple features here. The slot magazine release. Let me show you that there. That's the magazine release on the Kel-Tec Sky. This is just my opinion, but I prefer the magazine release on this Kel-Tec because it's slimmer, less easy to accidentally hit. This one sticks out a little bit, so it's easier to hit that magazine release. So there's a point to the Kel-Tec. I just like the magazine release on the Kel-Tec more. And you might have a totally different opinion, but that's just what I think. They both have a 3.1 inch barrel, so there's not much comparing it there. They're the same size barrel. The slide release is pretty big on here. I do like a bigger slide release. I don't like big mag releases, but slide release I do like. And this one's pretty small. So slide release, I would give it to the SCCY CPX-2. It's got a nice big fat slide release, easy to hit. Whereas the Kel-Tec PF-9, you really have to sometimes press it in really hard to release the slide. So all in all, I think the SCCY CPX-2 has won this kind of versus or battle match, whatever you want to call it. But most of you are wondering why I carry the Kel-Tec PF-9, and it all comes down to how slim the gun is. I mean, out of everything I've just talked about, the fact that this gun is so much slimmer and lighter is the main reason I carry it. Now the CPX-2 might be an overall better gun than the PF-9, but just because it's so much fatter, heavier, wider, that's the main reason I don't carry this gun. It's too bulky to carry. Double stack. The main reason I carry this is because it's a single stack 9mm, and it's just that much easier to carry. So if I were you, I'm just going to give it to you guys this way. If you're looking for a good concealed carry weapon and you don't want something bulky, buy the Kel-Tec PF-9. If you want a good all-around pistol, something you can take to the range, something you can use for home defense, something you can, have your family use to train on, maybe go with the CPX-2. But if all you're worried about is concealed carry, having a slim pistol, lightweight pistol, you're definitely going to want to get this Kel-Tec PF-9. So even though these are very similar guns, they're both actually very different, because I would never carry the CPX-2 unless I don't know, I was wearing really baggy clothes or something. So that's just my opinion. So if you want a good concealed carry pistol, buy the CPX-2. If you want a good all over, maybe carry, maybe home defense, maybe whatever practice gun, go with the CPX-2. Obviously, there's better weapons if you just want something to carry around the house or have at the house, bigger pistols. But this gun is good in occasional situations where you need to carry. But I would not use this gun as a daily, your EDC. But that's just my opinion, so I hope watching this video has given you some insight on which pistol to choose. And like again, I'm not saying either one is better, I'm just saying this one's better for concealed carry and this one's better for maybe home defense and just having like a truck gun or whatever. Okay, I hope you liked my video. Give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you guys next week.